Well, I think it's everything. At the end of the day, the people that are more psychologically
Yes,
minded
yes,
and are more self-aware
yes,
are able to connect with a broader group of people. And when you talk about to be able to connect across cultures,
yes,
I'll tell you a quick funny story. Okay,
yeah,
okay, and I think you'll get this. So I'm in Singapore. It is the first SALT conference. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. We have the Deputy Prime Minister. He's going to come in and speak at 10. We've got a beautiful event coming. We've got Tony Blair coming, the former Prime Minister of
yes. UK,
we
yes,
have UK. We have Timothy Geithner, who was the former Secretary of Treasury of the United States. We've got a whole host of different luminaries coming. And my staff, two of them, which had lived in Singapore for about 3 months planning the event,
yes.
I've arrived in Singapore a week early to get myself rested and, on the time
In
schedule.
the time zone,
And
yes.
they sat me down and they said to me, well, this is Singapore and there's a certain protocol and there's a certain respect you have to show, and you can't say it this way and you can't say it that way, and you have to say it this way. And
Yes,
they're giving you this whole list of things to do. And so I got the list and I got up to the microphone and I literally, Juliana, I sounded like a robot. And I got off the stage and I turned to my team. I said, I'm
yeah.
not doing this. This is not me.
Exactly. You weren't yourself.
And I said, trust me. The Singaporeans, they know I'm an American. They also know I'm an Italian American from Long Island. They don't expect me to act like Lee Kuan Yew when I show up
Yes,
here on the stage. I'm going to be myself.
yes.
And if people
That's
like it, that's
so
great. And
interesting.
if they don't like it, then we're leaving. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so
Yes,
the next time I got on the stage, I literally said that. Got up there, I said, look, I got this whole list of things from my
rules.
team. They told me I had to act a certain way. I'm here in Singapore. I got news for you. I can't do it. Okay. Everyone started laughing.
Because you won't be authentic. Yes,
Yes, correct. Having said that, if I grew up in Singapore and I was part of the citizenry of Singapore and I had those cultural norms, then me acting like an Italian from Long Island would have been out of character. Do you see what I'm saying? And
yes.
so my point is just relax and be yourself.
Be yourself.
I think people want authenticity
Correct.
more than they want what you think that they want. I can tell you something, Juliana, if there are must-known etiquette rules, I don't know them. You know what I mean? So I'm like rampaging, operating as a lone wolf operator, I guess. I don't know any off the top of my head that I could
Yes,
point to.
yes,
What I would say to you about our industry, which I'm not necessarily saying it's unique to our industry, but I do think it's a very important part of the culture of our industry,
yeah. The
is
culture.
a verbal handshake. So imagine if I pick up this hardwired phone and I call somebody and I say, I want to buy 50,000 shares of Citibank or 50,000 shares of Amazon. And the person says, okay, and I have an account there, and the person says, okay, you just bought 50,000 shares of Amazon, and let's say that's moving several tens of millions of dollars. That is done. That is a signed, sealed, delivered contract.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And
Yes,
so if I say to him, I want to sell the Amazon,
yes,
and Amazon is at 10 and it goes to 15
yes,
the second after I sold it, well, you know what? He's got that value. Now I
yes.
don't have the value.
Hmm.
Moreover, if I say I want to buy Amazon and it's at 10 and it drops to 5 10 seconds later, well, I can't pick up the phone and say, hey, I was just kidding. I didn't want to buy Amazon.
Oh,
You see what I mean? And
yes,
so one of the more cultural things
yes.
about our
That's quite interesting.
business is your word
Yeah,
is sacrosanct. And if I ever broke my word in a transaction like that or tried to get out of that, number one, I would probably lose an arbitration in my industry. Okay. And then number two, I would be ruined. You have to keep your word. and it's a verbal thing as opposed to a written thing. And I think that's
Oh,
one of the more unique things about Wall Street.
wonderful.
Well, Julie, you do point out, I mean, these are vital, important issues to be raised. And I used, and you noted, soft power.
Yes, correct.
This term was coined by Joseph Nye. And what it really means is, how can I pull you into my way of thinking? How can I attract you? How can I make attractive what I am saying, what I am proposing? And, because in hard power, what we're saying is, you will do, I will force you. That's war, economic sanctions.
Correct.
We all know about that. But he said that there were so many other ways in which we can engage with our counterpart that can offer opportunities that we are missing. And
exactly.
In protocol, we used every opportunity. Gifts, I believe in a very thoughtful gift.
Yes.
It is appropriate in your personal life, as well as, of course, in the official life. Now, oftentimes in government, they will defer to, giving a glass sculpture or a bowl or a silver something. That doesn't really say a lot about the relationship, about why we're getting together, or what I hope will come from this engagement.
Yes.
So I kind of made my poor team, the wonderful gift officers, a little insane over my desire to always find that perfect gift and to look hard and into, well, why are we getting together with this person, and what will they find meaningful from our president that may move them closer in our relationship, that may move them into feeling that they want to agree with the president on his foreign policy initiative. I'm not saying that they're the magic bullet. I'm just saying that it's another element to that engagement that can help push it forward. And it worked magically, I have to say, time and again. We had a wonderful engagement with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, where the president was invited, and
we'll come to that. Yes.
Okay.
No, go on. But I have a special question to that. I think it will be interesting for the audience. Yes, please.
Oh, do you want me to tell the story?
Tell the story.
Okay. So we had this wonderful engagement where President Obama was invited by Her Majesty to the UK for a state visit, and gifts were top of mind because there had been a little bit of an exchange earlier on in the administration that hadn't gone as well.
Yes. And that can happen.
I was not there at the time. So we put a lot of thought into this. We did a great deal of research, and that's really, really important. The team was fantastic at doing its research. And we found, of course, that Her Majesty was very fond of her father, and wanted to had a collection of all of his travels around the world. So we looked into his last visit to the United States, and we collected so many note cards and thank yous and menu cards and invitations, anything that we could find from that visit, and put it together in a leather-bound portfolio. And when we presented it to Her Majesty, I have to say, Julie, she was so moved. It looked like she had a little tear in her eye. She was, just moving page to page, and she looked up at the president. She said, "Oh, thank you."
Because it was so thoughtful, not just a gift.
She was so moved. And it's in those instances that, you've made a relationship much more special. She was so touched by this. And we heard, just a few moments after that, she's on the television, Her Majesty very pleased with gifts. And so it did exactly what we wanted. We wanted an exclamation mark to be placed at this on this visit. And that's what we did. Emphasis on the relationship, moved it into the proper direction. It's about emotion. It's
Correct.
about how you
Yes,
create,
yes.
how you're investing in that relationship.
Investing, exactly.
And how do you
Investing.
show respect? How do you develop trust? That's what you also want to
Correct.
do. You're investing in these relationships. You want a development of trust so that when there are difficult times
Yes.
that come about, and they
Yes.
will, in any relationship,
In
whether
any relationship, exactly.
it's in government or business or your personal life,
Correct.
you want to be able to fall back on that real strength of trust that you developed over time.
The foundation.
And that's what we were able to do.
Yes, the foundation. Beautiful story.